Hey everybody, it's Chris from Stuff His Dreams Are Made On, and we were all just talking on Twitter about vlogging, and I saw that I have not done a vlog in a long time, so I figured I would do one, and I'm also hoping that if I do a vlog, I can convince Nimeth and Kelly over at the Written Word to maybe do a vlog as well. So we have to all maybe do some vlogs and try to wear her down and see if we can convince her to do a vlog. But I think it'll take a lot of wearing down to get Kelly and Nimeth and Debbie. Debbie, we want a vlog from YouTube. But okay, I only have 10 minutes according to YouTube. YouTube has a 10-minute law. So what I thought I'd talk about is Read-A-Thon suggestions, books that I think would make a good read for the Read-A-Thon, books that I think other people might want to read. So here we go. I have a whole lot of books. I'm going to try to get through them all in 10 minutes. So here we go. Number one, David Sedaris. I picked When You Are Engulfed in Flames. I haven't read a single thing by David Sedaris that I don't like. So really anything by David Sedaris I think would be perfect for the readathon. You'll laugh your way through any of his books, and they're meaningful too. A lot of the stories. He's got a lot of really good social commentary, a lot of good things to say, but I was in tears through half of this book because it was just so funny. It's When You Are Engulfed in Flames by Sedaris, but like I said, anything by him is great. This was a Prince Honor book. It's Hard Love by Ellen Whitlinger. I read this earlier in the year and loved it. It's about a guy. He's into the zine scene. I was into that same scene when I was younger, when I was a teenager. You can find, and it's neat. It's written a little differently. They have some pages that are written like a zine. And the whole layout of the book is just really cool. And it's about a guy who falls in love with a lesbian. So if you're doing, and she has feelings for him too, but it's just really neat. If you're doing Amanda at the Zen Leafs LGBT challenge, this might be one that you might want to consider for that too. So it's nice, pretty short, so it will work well for that challenge. For this Dark Harvest, this will fit good with the RIP challenge by Norman Partridge. I love the cover, and I read this actually for the Read-A-Thon last fall, and it worked really, really well. It's a nice spooky story. It's like a traditional, just kind of reminds me of like a 40s horror movie or something, like old black and white horror movie. It was just perfect, and it actually won the Bram Stoker Award. So it's just a really great story. I know you've heard me rant and rave about this one before about blog, and I've given it away several times, so that's one that I think people would love. I love this series. This is the Scott Pilgrim series by Brian Lee O'Malley. This is the first book. I love everything about this. The artwork's great. It's funny. It's cute at times. It's sweet. It's meaningful. It's sad at times. It'll make you laugh like crazy. It's a really, really good graphic novel series, and it's kind of set up like a manga, but it's not written by a Japanese author. It's written by Brian Lee O'Malley, who is just an incredible writer, artist. He also did Lost at Sea, which is another good one that you may want to consider for the readathon. Next up, this is another one that you've heard me praise and praise and praise. I'm saying a lot. Apologize about that. But it is The Book of Flying by Keith Miller. This is one of the most gorgeous books I've ever read. It's just gorgeous prose. It's written. It's about a guy in a library in this alternate universe, and he has another book that just came out. It's a companion piece called The Book on Fire, which I just got. But it's just this really, really neat world that he's created with all these little mythical creatures and mythical beings, and just a really, like I said, the whole book. It's almost like a piece of poetry, but written in prose. So I guess it's prose, not poetry. But you get the point. Just a really, really gorgeous story, and I loved it. Carl actually suggested this to me a long time ago, and I read it for the Once Upon a Time challenge, and really, really enjoyed it. And just one of the coolest covers ever too. I just love that cover. So, The Book of Flying by Keith Miller. It was out of print for a while, but it's back in print now, so it's another good thing. I think you can get it on book closeouts for like $1.99 too, so do that. Gossamer by Lois Lowry. Another one that'll be really good for the RIP challenge. It's really thin. It's an excellent book. Lowry's never let me down. I've loved everything I've read by her. But this one's really, really good. Really, really sweet. And a little, it's a little spooky. It's about these little beings that come and mess with people's dreams, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have read it already, but if not, it's a really cool little book. Bayou by Jeremy Love. This is one that I just recently read after Nimith's suggestion at Things Mean a Lot. It's a story. It deals with a lot. It's a short little book. Short. All in color though. Really, really neat art. But it deals with a lot of issues. It deals with racism. It deals with rape. It deals with slavery. It deals with all kinds of issues, and it's really dealt with really well. It's kind of this fantasy meets reality, and you never really know entirely what's going on, but it's something that really I was just amazed by. The art, the story, and everything it came together really well. So highly suggest that. Bayou by Jeremy Love, and it's volume 1, so there will be more to come in that one. This one is kind of thick, but it won the Nerd's Heart Young Adult Tournament this year. It's My Most Excellent Year by Steve Kluger, and it is really, really good. Even though it's thick, it's written in a different manner. As you can see, it's kind of like writing doesn't take up all the pages in this book, and it's a different kind of format, and it's formatted differently throughout the whole book. And you can read me and Nimith's review of it. I know it's Nimith, and I keep saying Nimith the whole time, but that's just the way I pronounce it. But anyway, it's a really cool book. It's a quick read. It's an enjoyable read. It's really fun. And, you can also read The Screwed Up Life of Charlie II, which is much shorter. You know how much I love that book. Drew Ferguson wrote that one. I think either one would be really good. Screwed Up Life of Charlie II was the runner-up. And I only have 3 minutes left, so I have to hurry through the rest. Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro is an awesome book. Love this book. It's a dystopian book set in the future, but the not too distant future. So check it out. Really good. It's also kind of thin. Would work really well. Anything by John Green. I just picked Looking for Alaska because it's the first book I read by him, and I absolutely loved it. I got this from Book Closeouts. That's why the cover's a little different. It's the UK cover, but it's excellent. Smoke and Mirrors by Neil Gaiman. The only reason I picked this, I could have picked any Gaiman book, but I thought this one would be good because it's my favorite short story collection of his, and it's good for the Read-A-Thon just to kind of have some short stories to kind of, space things out. And you can read a story here, a story there, but this one has some of his best short stories, I think. I really, really like this collection. It's a good one. The Halloween Tree by Bradbury. Isn't that one of the coolest covers you've ever seen? This one's kind of become a tradition for me. Read this one like every Halloween now. Since I read it 2 years ago after Debbie reviewed it, and it's just such a cool book. Really, really awesome. It kind of tells the traditions of Halloween and what different countries do for Halloween. 3 more. Alan Bennett's The Uncommon Reader. Most of you have probably read this already. If you haven't, it's about the Queen becoming a reader, and it's really, really good. Really, really short. And really tiny. I think everyone should read this one, especially if you plan on doing NaNoWriMo this year, National Novel Writing Month. It was written by the founder, Chris Batty. It is, it's a book. It's called No Plot, No Problem, a low-stress, high-velocity guide to writing a novel in 30 days, and that's exactly what it is. It just gives you some pointers on how to do NaNoWriMo. It's nothing that you don't know already, but it's kind of just like a little motivation book. And I found it helped me a lot. I really liked it. And it's thin. It's actually 50,000 words, so that's what your book would look like if it was published. And if you wrote exactly 50,000 words. And the last one that I suggest is The Arrival by Sean Tan. He's one of my favorite illustrators. And what makes this perfect for the 24-hour readathon is there's no words. But there are gorgeous illustrations, and you really could spend hours reading this. It's gorgeous. If you want to see what his artwork's like, highly suggest this. And speaking of National Novel Writing Month, I'm sporting the new shirt for National Novel Writing Month, and I suggest if you're participating, you go get one. But we have 10 seconds left, so I'm going to go now. It was nice seeing everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.